Hello, my friends. It's Deanna Fenton here with this week's episode of Simple Steps to Online Success. Today, we're going to talk about using two of my favorite tools together. And it's a bit cliche to say they go together like peanut butter and jelly or chocolate and peanut butter if you're a Reese's peanut butter cup fan. But I do believe that they work so well together to deliver the best customer experience that you can offer your students or the members of your membership site. Works beautifully for both. And um, I'm going to cover again. I think sometimes people get a little hung up on all of what Searchy, which is obviously one of the tools that I'm going to talk about today, what they offer and how that complements Kajabi, in addition to its other standalone content platform that, let's be honest, is somewhat in competition with Kajabi. So we're going to talk about that, clarify that, and I'm going to show you how I use Searchy with Kajabi. I've shown you that before, but we're going to talk about it again and how you're able to take the content that you already create, upload it into Searchy, have Searchy add its special value add magic dust to it, and then utilize that with Kajabi and make it super easy for your course students or members to find the information that they need to get the most out of your program. So I hope that sounds good. So I am just going to kind of dive in and let's get screen sharing. Okay, so you may have noticed I talked about over the last couple of weeks, StreamYard has a new view, which is sort of the picture in picture view, which I think is pretty cool. I like it better than me just hanging out, floating on the left-hand side. So let's talk about Searchy first of all. Now, I like to always clarify that now we're talking about two specific purposes for Searchy. We have Searchy, the video content. I should back up, video and audio, because you can upload audio files. Content delivery process. And that is the ability to take any of your video and or audio content, upload it into Searchy. Searchy does its magic transcribing, indexing, and turns the output into a fantastic way that you can deliver content that is searchable. And oh my gosh, I don't think that they were the first to ever do this, but they were certainly now the first most accessible way for marketers like us to use this. So you can see here, I will use my membership as an example, and I've done a demo of this before. We do twice weekly Q&As, and we also alternate one of those Q&As with what we call our co-working implementation workshops every month. We have two of those. So those are Zoom calls. Now, there's two purposes to using Searchy here. One is members attend the Q&A call or the co-working. They ask for assistance. I demo, we go in and we talk about their strategy and how to execute it. And they may want to come back to that recording and rewatch it. Now, normally, of course, you can do that with Zoom, right? You can just upload a Zoom recording and somebody can scroll through or kind of advance the video to find their place. But the beauty of Kajabi is that this content becomes searchable. So if I pop this thing open and I start to play it, and I do have the sound turned off, and I'm just going to jump ahead. And so this is me talking, and let's ignore about me talking. So this was a conversation with Julie about Julie's upcoming challenge and what the product she's going to sell on the back end. So Julie can always hit the search bar and say, now, Deanna told me something about how to set up my form, what automations I should set up on my form. So she could just, and I mean, I don't recall that we talked about that, but I'm going to use it as an example anyway. She can type form automation. Oops. So that was not a good example. Okay. I'm going to say form. And every place that we talked about form is going to pop up with a little placeholder. So I can click on this and it's going to jump to that part of the video. You could see here 2 minutes and 53 seconds. It dropped me right there. It's playing. You just can't hear it. Or jump ahead at 7 minutes and 56 seconds. So she can find her spot. It's also helpful in the larger perspective if members want to go in and research content that's already in Kajabi. So we take all of, you could see in this Searchy folder, we've got all the Q&A calls, we've got all the monthly trainings, we've got all the co-working sessions in one big folder where anybody could go in and say, gosh, Deanna must have covered how to create a pipeline or how to create a lead generation funnel without a pipeline. And they could search for that and they could find wherever I talked about it in any of the meetings and sessions that we've had. So that is the first and the most important way that I'm utilizing Searchy with Kajabi. So because of that, in our flight crew club, and if I just go ahead and preview that, I have utilized Searchy as a pop-out widget. So I'm going to cover really briefly. I'm going to talk about 3 different ways that you can add Searchy to your Kajabi site. One of those ways is this pop-out widget. Now, it's a little bit limiting in that you can't use it with every product theme. However, for what I've seen, probably 80% of people that are creating a course or a membership in Kajabi, they're either using the Premier product theme or the Momentum product theme. And you can do this in either of those product themes. So that's why we're going to talk about this way. So mine is a slightly modified Momentum theme. And the first thing that we've done is created a call to action button here, right here on the dashboard, that when that button is clicked, a widget pops out. Now, all of those videos that you see here in this folder are now searchable from this pop-out widget. So this piece here is all searchy all the time. So like I said, if we wanted to say, here's a good one, probably double opt-in. That's a conversation that's come up numerous times. You can see that wherever that came up. So I did a training in April of this year where we talked about double opt-in, how to utilize it, how to maximize to make sure that people do double opt-in. So they do get added to your list, because otherwise if they don't, they won't get added to your list. So you can see here every place that we talked about it. So this is why it's so important for members or students in a course to have the ability to search. And it does come up most importantly with things like Q&A calls, because if you're creating course content and your videos aren't super long, which ideally each lesson wouldn't be super long, they may or may not need to search that, but to have the ability to search it maybe in total or search Q&A calls, because that ensures people don't miss valuable information if they're not able to participate in the call. So, as I mentioned, with the two product themes, Momentum and Premiere, this is a really, really great option. Now, the other way that you can include this, and I'm going to talk about the widget element of it, is any product theme that has a sidebar. And, let's go over here because I just want you to talk about this really quick, because I think especially for some of you who are new, you might be a little confused about, wait, product themes. Whenever you create a new product, it's going to default to this Premiere product. And if I click on customize, just so you could get a sense, that means it takes all my content and doesn't reformat it, but it places it in a theme that is going to be different. So like I mentioned, with Kajabi, it defaults to that Premiere theme, which pretty much almost everybody ends up using it. And it works great for Searchy, because you can add a call to action button. That call to action button, it's not going to do it within here, but it's going to fire this script that pulls Searchy in and displays Searchy on the side. The other benefit is, if I wanted to, I could have a product sidebar, and I could use a custom block. And in that custom block, I can embed that Searchy widget. So I'm going to fly over back to Searchy, and I am going to show you under widgets. No doubt, here we go. It's my membership. You can see down here, I've got these two little brackets with a line in the middle. That's the embed code. And this is where you can create that embed widget that I can embed into a sidebar, or that pop-out widget. And the pop-out widget, now again, works wherever you can have a call to action button. So Momentum, Premiere are the two best Kajabi product themes for that. But I also have the option that I can copy this embed code and just paste that in here and save it. And, ooh, well, that's not ideal. This action is unauthorized. Okay. I think I know why it did that. Unfortunately, it's, you see here it says domain privacy. That is to protect us. It doesn't allow somebody else to embed this content in a different domain. I'm going to temporarily make that unlisted and save that and maybe refresh it. Yeah, that was it. Okay. That was it. So, and I will give you a little secret why it showed that way. Is it's seeing this domain instead of deannafenton.com. So it probably would have worked previewing it under deannafenton.com, but it's easier just to fix it here so you can see it. So same thing. This is now that widget that anybody can use to search. So I've got that. I could also do this call to action button right here, And in that call to action button, so without using this as embedded, so let's just get rid of the embed and save that. So now we just eliminated that, but we've got this call to action. I could say search videos right here. And this is what's super cool is under Searchy, if I click this embed code and I only copy, oh, hang on a second. I copy this little piece of script. Hard for you to see, I'm sure, but it says code where you want your button. And it's going to give you a little piece of code in double quotation marks. You want to copy what is right between the double quotes, okay? Go back to Kajabi and under go to a URL, we're going to paste that in there and save it. And now let's preview it and hope that I don't embarrass myself by having it. Oop, nope, there you go. It pops the widget out just like that. So any place, as I said, and Momentum and Premiere, the two that I know for sure, you can add a call to action button. You can easily create this pop out right there. Now, the other thing that we're going to talk about is what if you want to use one of the other product themes, like one of my favorites is Login. Login is visually very clean to me, and it's got the beautiful images laid out, but it doesn't have a sidebar and it doesn't have a call to action. So, and the other reason I want to bring this up is that this isn't necessarily going to work on the mobile app. It also may not work great just mobile on your phone through a browser. And the reason why is that widget is kind of big, right? And it's going to kind of cover up the screen and it might not be ideal. So this is what I do. And I am going to go back to my actual theme. Sorry, not customize. I don't want to customize. I want to go actually into the product. So let's preview the product using, again, Momentum. What I've done is I've embedded that search widget into a post. So I'm trying to cover my bases. I also want to make it super obvious and clear for my members how they can find information that they want to search for, specifically the video content, right? Because Kajabi does have a search option. You can see here you can search, but this is searching the post content, not within the video. And this is obviously we want to do the video. So here what I've done is I've created a post and embedded the Searchy widget in here. And that is simply going into Searchy and using the embed. Oh, sorry. That's why I'm confused. We want the embedded widget with iframe code. If you have ever embedded a YouTube video into a post, you know that also comes within a iframe, and it is a piece, some coding that displays that whatever's within the iframe displays it in a post. Now, one thing you might need to do, and it's real easy, is sometimes when you embed that, and let's go into my product so we can actually look at that post. So if I say I want to edit that post and I'm going to have those embedded brackets. You can see in here, this is the iframe code I copied from Searchy and put in here. Sometimes it's defaulting to a width of 300 pixels and a height of 150. Sometimes that may not look good. It may look cut off. You can very easily tinker with these numbers. Just remember what the originals were so you don't go so far into, putting in big numbers and then it looks terrible and you can't revert it back, right? So just, 300 by 150, remember that, and go in here and tweak that, and you can make it wider and you can make it taller. And that way you can see like right here, that doesn't look really, really great. It looks like it's super cut off, but to preview it, it's not bad. Now you notice here that once I enter a search term, it does open it up, right? So I can keep scrolling and scroll all that content, but it does open it up. So that's always a really good thing as well. So that's the other way I love to do it. So we're talking about being able to use the pop-out widget by adding a call to action button to have that toggle open and close. You can use that same code or the embedded code for the widget and paste it into a post like this. Now, the other option you can do, which I have not done because in the momentum theme in particular, I'm not using a standard navigation across the top because the navigation for my members is all here, all in here. Now, if you're using Premiere, so let me go back and let's just view what this looks like in Premiere. It's not pretty, but you can get a sense of what it looks like. I do have a navigation. And this is easy. We can create as many custom menus as we want to. So you can have one that is specifically used only for your course or membership. And it can include links internally within the site and externally. So in this situation, if we preview this one, if I go back to Searchy, and I've got all these wonderful options for viewing this search widget, one of them is a URL. So if I copy a URL and I create that navigation, whoops, that's not where I want to be. Hit too many previews, right? I can have that link in my navigation and simply have them click to open it in a new tab to do the same search. So I know that's what a lot of other people do because honestly, that is kind of the easiest and most direct way is you simply link it via the navigation and have it open up. Now, you could also do that anywhere within the content. Like if you were posting your course and you've got your modules and your lessons, if you wanted to have each one individually searched, that's one of the options you could do is simply have a link and say, if you want to search the content of this lesson, click here to open up Searchy or something like that. And then again, you could have that URL open up. So that's really, really the beauty, I think, of using these two together. Kajabi is the content platform, and Kajabi works where you can have Searchy make the content more accessible to your students or members by giving them the option to search. So I'm going to pop over here really quick. And that's the main thing. Now, I'll cover very briefly one of the things too is where it's interesting because Searchy had its Searchy hubs. So I need to be really clear because it bugs me when people are not segmenting this. So we have Searchy, the video content indexing searchable tool, and we have Searchy hubs. And Searchy hubs is evolving into a content platform for your courses or memberships. And in some cases, websites and blogs. I know it's amazing. They have really made some fantastic updates. I'm not going to cover all of them here, not on this video, but they are having a lot of options now for making Searchy a page builder. And a page builder that could be pages of a website, could be a blog page, can, of course, be the hub for your content for a course or membership. And I have some hesitations. Trust me, I'm not ready to build a website on it. Let's just put it that way. I have some questions about the search optimization for that kind of content. You know, again, you're never going to optimize if it's for courses and memberships that are behind a paywall, because there's no point in you don't want to optimize that content because nobody's going to be able to see it unless they're a customer. So you want to disregard the need for SEO work on course and membership content. Now, a website and a blog is a whole different thing. Anything that is public content, you want that indexed. You want that to be found by Google and indexed. And if Kajabi gets a bad rap for that, which I think is very unwarranted, I just can't see Searchy doing that either. Now, I hope you can't hear that, but I'm getting all kinds of weird computer messages, notifications going off. Anyway, so that's kind of the other element of that. And I can show you really quickly. Let's take a look at hubs just quickly, because I think I am truly going to devote a separate conversation to hubs, especially the updates to hubs. And now I have not worked with the updates specifically, but I will show you an example of where I am going to use hubs instead of Kajabi. And it's because, similar to what I'm trying to do with my members in my membership, is members of my team need access to training content for them to be able to utilize it in doing their jobs. So I'm in the process of creating standard operating procedures for various different types of things that happen in my business. So the training hub is built by using all of those folders and playlists that we create in Searchy that we can use for creating our beautiful, fun pop-out widgets and embedded widgets. But this puts it in an actual platform. So if I pop this guy open, and this is a work in progress, so cut me some slack. This is going to be a welcome video again for my team, but I'm working on training videos for them about doing work in Kajabi. This could be work for my business. It could be work also for supporting some of my VIP members where we're doing some done for you work as part of the VIP package. Membership, and this is going to be my standard operating procedures for managing the membership. And that could be new member onboarding. What are the things that we need to make sure happen in what order when we get a new member? Adding them to the Facebook group, making sure they're getting the welcome email sequences, making sure that there is a welcome and introductory post to celebrate them joining the membership. These are all standard operating procedures that are documented in here. Client project standard operating procedures, SOPs. Now, that is also important when we've got some of the done for you projects that we're doing. I still have a member of my team that manages WordPress maintenance and update for my WordPress clients. We do email marketing for some clients. So anything that is specific to a client, we're going to have a series of videos so that if the person who's primarily responsible for doing it is unavailable, somebody else can come in, review the videos, and execute the work for our clients. And the same thing, in addition with the Kajabi training, we're going to have Searchy training, because there are specifically the things that need to happen every week to take the Q&A calls, upload them to Searchy, get the timestamps, do all of the different steps that happen every week for that content to be available to the membership. So this is an example, and you can do things like have a menu so they could click here. We have an external link to our Asana site, which is where all the tasks live. And they can go ahead and click here, like to the client project SOPs, and see all the videos that are there right now. And then they can go back to home. Plus, they can search right here for everything. So I don't believe we have an onboarding video yet. We'll try and see if there's an onboarding video in there. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. If I do email, I'm sure email. Yeah. So email comes up, obviously, here. So again, that's kind of the beauty of Searchy and a Searchy hub, to take all that beautiful content that has been uploaded, indexed, and transcribed, and turn it into a content platform. Fantastic. Hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions at all, I would love for you to post them in the comments. Let me know #replay that you're watching this on the replay. I know it's not always convenient for everybody to watch live. And let me know what you think about utilizing Searchy with Kajabi on your Kajabi platform. So thanks again. I'll look forward to seeing you again next week. And until then, take care. Bye-bye.